My name is Khalid Malik with Green Turnkey. Our focus is developing energy-saving projects throughout the built environment. I have personally delivered over 700 green building projects ranging from mom and pop stores to large commercial real estate portfolios seeking to make their operations more sustainable. Next slide. In today's agenda, we want to review some industry standards, some trends, outline our preferred funding mechanisms, showcase an active project, and share ways we can work together. And wrap up with some Q&A. Next slide, please. Our client base includes individuals and organizations from both the private and public sector. Basically, anyone who owns or controls property in the DMV. For example, the MEA has been very interested in understanding our project development model and the economic impact it has on energy-saving projects. So last year, they commissioned us to perform a feasibility study on community-scale microgrids for future planning of state energy infrastructure resources. We made such a strong economic case, now they want us to create a small business program to help the state meet greenhouse gas reduction targets. Earlier this month, we participated in the Montgomery County Energy Summit as panelists discussing final deliverables from the MEA-sponsored study. Next slide, please. Earlier this year, the Texas ice storm shut down thousands of residents and local businesses that rely on power supplied by the electric grid. This existing infrastructure will continue to become unreliable, so measures must be put in place to maintain operations during natural disaster events. As a member of the Montgomery County Climate Action Planning Team, I am developing performance standards to avoid these types of service disruptions. Our integrated solution includes the application of artificial intelligence technology to ensure 100% business continuity with no change in occupant comfort. Next slide, please. So in my experience in the field, and I've been doing this for a while now, I've come across a number of owner-operators who have feasibility studies or other engineering reports laying around collecting dust because of budget constraints. Some of the common types of funding projects, energy efficiency projects, include capital expense budgets, borrowing, of course, utility incentives, and tax credits at all levels, and competitive grants, which are a little bit difficult to achieve, but they're available. If you to put this in context, if you combine all of these resources, they represent about 20% of the total cost of implementing an actionable microgrid master plan. Next slide, please. So unless the project owner is utilizing their own money, we like to use third-party funding from a property tax law structure called CPACE, or Commercial Property Assessed Clean Energy Program. This type of framework allows us to combine engineering best practices with high-performance technology that does not require any upfront out-of-pocket cash. Some of the benefits include monitor-based commissioning, and of course, increasing or creating jobs, among other things. Next slide. Green Turnkey and its technical partners, GEM, have developed a proven model for the planning, design, implementation, and maintenance of commercial scale microgrids. This project, the Emory Hill project, is on track to be the first net positive commercial building in Maryland. Some of the benefits from this job include increased property value, depreciation written off over 20 years, and of course, creating a number of jobs in the process. Next slide, please. So to summarize, our specialty is funding and designing microgrid systems. We can perform as prime contractors or construction managers if necessary. In some cases, it may be in the client's best interest to utilize in-house personnel or existing service providers to execute project delivery. So whether you want to strengthen your facility's energy infrastructure or create another revenue stream, we have an energy savings solution for you. Next slide. Thanks for your time and attention, and we can open it up for questions and answers.
Wonderful, wonderful, Mr. Malik. Thank you so much. It must be your lucky day because you too get to get your questions posed by AARP. So, don't seem so excited. So, question number one, and this is the question I wanted to pose before. So, what differentiators does your company have over other companies in your line of business?
It's a great question. No one is doing what we're doing right now. Most of the time, you know, you'll find that companies are able to achieve maybe 40, 50% load reduction, whereas we're able to get projects down, loads down to near zero. To give you an idea of the marketplace, less than 100 microgrids exist across the nation. Most of these projects are probably located in scarce areas, and they've installed microgrids at industrial campuses, or you may have a small town that doesn't rely heavily on the grid. So our biggest differentiator is that no one can deliver no-cost microgrid projects.
Nice, nice. It seems like you don't have any competitors in that space then.
Not
Wonderful.
for, I mean, it'll be about 5 years, so we're hoping to cover as much market share as possible in the interim.
Absolutely. So with that, what's your top priority in the next 6 months?
Well, that's a good question. We just picked up some projects working with low-income housing, multifamily projects in the state of Maryland. So we're entering into the planning phase, assessing facilities and creating financial packages utilizing the CPACE framework. And again, this would cost the property owners no cost to move forward.
Oh, okay, wonderful. So since we don't have really competitors in your space, hopefully for the next 5 years, you have your 6 months plan. What are the steps that you're taking to make sure that you could fulfill your 5-year plan?
Well, we're building relationships right now. And of course, forum is great to let everyone know that we're here and we're working and we're more than capable of delivering on our promises. And the types of facilities we want to focus on are going to be your critical infrastructure or essential services. This could include your higher education platforms and your public safety facilities, wastewater treatment facilities. So that's generally where we're targeting in the next, in the immediate future.
Wonderful. And with that, this will be my final question. It seems like you have a lot of work to do, but you're definitely equipped to do it. So, if anything, what keeps you up at night?
Well, I'm excited. I mean, this is new. The market is young. The Biden administration has created a very favorable environment for us, and the state of Maryland is fertile ground. So I look forward to every morning working on existing projects and hoping to bring on new projects throughout the MBE network.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Malik. We appreciate you, and you will now be transferred back into the holding area, and us judges will be voting. Thank you so much for your pitch, and good luck.
Thank you for having me.